Hello everyone. They fix the camera. Hello everyone. I just want to talk about a topic today. That's Robert Mugabe. So the Western media and the Western world has been praising the Zimbabwean army for getting rid of Mugabe because the Western world hate Mugabe so much that they could have decided to put anybody there except him. Um, Now, let's come to reality. Reality is that the person who replaced Mugabe is not other than a mini Mugabe, and we don't yet know what we're going to get from him. He's coming from the same party, Zanu-pf. He's the vice president, or was the vice president, deposed or sacked. These are comrades of Robert Mugabe. So I'm going to talk about two things here. How does the game change in Zimbabwe? Well, in relation to the international community, Zimbabwe, pardon me, Zimbabwe might actually get a better reputation for the simple reason that it's not Mugabe anymore. So more investors will come in and they will release the assets. They will stop the sanctions just because Mugabe is not there no more. But what are Zimbabweans benefiting from this? Very little, because this is more of the same. It's basically the same people running the show, but with a different suit on. So the people from Zimbabwe, they will be getting some relief because the international community is going to lift the sanctions imposed when Mugabe was in power. But in terms of real changes on the ground, on the basket, on the pocket of every Zimbabwean, there's going to be very little done. I don't know, for any time soon to see any of those changes. Then you will come to the elections next year, and it's the Zanu-pf machine that will be running the election again. So I can't really see a scenario where the Zanu-pf will actually lose the elections. So the people were celebrating everywhere. I mean, we all celebrate. I mean, in Africa, there's a lot of dictators everywhere. So as soon as one is deposed, everyone is celebrating, everyone is happy. But then soon and slowly, you start thinking about the future. You start thinking about what will happen next. And realizing that, well, we've only changed the dressing um, of the same thing. So we just changed the dressing. We just changed the cover, but it's the same thing that we've got. So hopefully, people are no longer gonna be traumatized by the name Mugabe because it's out of the window. People are not longer gonna be scared of going to Zimbabwe, perhaps because it's not entirely sure whether this is what's going to happen. But this is a good thing for Africa to see at least a change somewhere. I mean, why on earth did this dictator just hang on to power until he almost dead? I mean, until they die. Come on, guys. There are people who can run the business in Africa. There are people who can be president. There are people who can be ministers, to run the show. Bring new ideas. Bring new new vision. Bring new enthusiasm. Bring new I don't know, way of doing business. So when a president remains in power for so long, he loses touch with the population. He doesn't get inspired anymore. He doesn't get creative anymore. He's just there for his own sake. And that is all down to selfishness. But we hope that with this one, the oldest man in power gone now, we hope that more is going to happen in Africa and that we're going to see more changes, new faces, new ideas, and new way of life. So on this, I'm going to leave you. I'll wait for your comments, share the video, subscribe. See you soon.